How do you feel when you lose something really valuable and important? Nothing drives me crazier than losing my car keys. I have a hook for them, a place to put them, and I still seem to misplace them weekly. I check every drawer in the kitchen, behind the couch cushions, empty every bag in every pocket. I've been even known to check inside the fridge. But when they're found, there is no sense of greater relief. I'm so happy. I do a little happy dance. Point number 1, the lost things. Let's talk today about the 3 parables of lost things: the lost sheep, the lost coin, and the lost son. In each of these stories, something or someone very valuable and important was lost. Jesus said, suppose a shepherd has 100 sheep and loses just one of them. Won't he leave the 99 in the open field while he goes to search for the lost sheep until he finds it? You and I are a bit like a lost sheep. At one time, we have all been lost and away from God. Isaiah 53 verse 6 says, we all like sheep have gone astray. Each of us has turned to our own way. When the man in the story finds his lost sheep, there is great joy. He calls all his friends together to celebrate. Jesus said in Luke chapter 15 and 7, says, I tell you, it will be the same in heaven. There will be great joy when one sinner turns away from sin. Yes, there will be more joy than for the 99 godly people who do not need to turn away from their sins. There's a party in heaven when a lost person is found. Point number 2, be found. In 1997, there was a devastating landslide at the famous Australian ski resort, Thredbo. In the landslide, a hotel collapsed. After 2 days of searching for people, the rescue team were doing one last check of the site. The rescue team called out, can anyone hear us? Is anyone there? And a faint voice whispered back, I can hear you. It took a whole day to rescue this man, Stuart, from below 3 huge concrete slabs. Stuart had been lying there in the cold for almost 3 full days. When he was carried out of the wreckage, still alive, people all over Australia who had been watching their televisions cheered because a man that was lost had been found. God does not give up when lost people need to be found. He loves every person so much. Romans 5 verse 8 says, but God demonstrates his own love for us in this, that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Jesus put it like this in his second parable about lost things in Luke chapter 15. Suppose a woman has 10 silver coins and loses one. Won't she light a lamp and sweep the house? Won't she search carefully until she finds the coin? And when she finds it, she will call all of her friends and neighbors together. She will say, be joyful with me. I have found my lost coin. I tell you, it is the same in heaven. There is joy in heaven over one sinner who turns away from sin. God searches after those that are lost from him. He wants to find them and celebrate. Point number 3, celebrate. Jesus didn't hang out with the VIPs of the day. He spent time with all kinds of people. This annoyed the religious leaders a whole lot. They grumbled, he takes in sinners and eats meals with them, treating them like old friends. That's why Jesus told these 3 parables. Jesus was showing them that when lost people are found, we should celebrate. In the last story you might know as the prodigal son, a father had 2 sons. The younger one asked for his share of his father's wealth. He takes it and wastes it away in a far-off land. After hitting rock bottom, he soon wishes he'd never left his father. After returning home and being surprised by his father's love, there is a big party with a big feast to celebrate. Most people think the story ends there and it's just about the lost son coming home. But it's really a story about 2 sons. The older son, who had stayed with his father, heard the celebration and was mad. He was so angry he didn't want to go to the party. All these years I've been doing the right thing. I've never disobeyed you and you've never thrown me a party. Jesus was making his point to these religious men who were so angry about the kind of people Jesus was spending time with. He finished his story like this. My son, the father said, you are always with me and everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate and be glad because this brother of yours was dead and he's alive again. He was lost and now he's found. I think the attitude Jesus would want us to have is one of celebration. When a lost person is found, we should be over the moon with excitement. Happy dance! What was lost is now found. I have been found by God.